You are about to witness history in the making.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to another Pop Culture Gamers podcast. Tonight's show is number about 158, I think. We're somewhere around about there. And as always, I've got Steve with me. Hi, Steve. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
Yeah, we've been having, some chats recently, haven't we? Because I've taken up Destiny again, so it's a bit more informed in terms of what we're doing. So might as well let the listeners know our latest update. So, Steve, what's been happening with you?
Well, not great deal. I mean, work's been busy. I've got more responsibilities, so that makes it more to do. I've been nominated for an award at work, so I've got to go to a gala show, award ceremony, to see if I win. And I'm gonna have to wear it's a black tie, so I'm gonna have to hire a tux or something, or maybe, I don't know yet. We'll see. Other than that, got you out to say something?
No, I was listening.
Okay, yeah. Other than that, been playing some Destiny, of course, but also FIFA. FIFA FC 25. The only reason I've done that is because I won it on a contest on X, and got the whole. Oh, you're on quiet now.
I said very good.
Oh, you bet. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So there was a Xbox tweet regarding hashtag and stuff like that. So I just put it in there, but I put a GIF in as well.
Okay.
Got a message back from Xbox giving me the Ultimate Edition,
nice.
A month of Game Pass, and 40 quid worth of coins for FIFA for FC 25. So.
Oh, very cool.
So yes, I've been hammering that as well. So I do my Ultimate Team, but there's not much to say about it as such. But yeah. What else?
So people do actually win stuff from those things.
Yeah. Something I'm doing at the moment, I'll just share the next one. So because I've got a lot of old albums, I went and got some more covers, because this sort of thing here, right?
Yeah.
When they're 40 years old, they do smell a little bit.
Yeah, they do.
If you know,
normally a smoke, because people were smoking when they were listening to them originally.
Well, mine not, because I only smoke, but there's a musty smell.
Yeah.
You get?
Yeah, that paper smell.
Yeah, so I bought loads of these. I've got 100 of these again.
Yeah.
And also it's not in this one, actually. I have to show you another one, because I was using my older ones for that. So those really just put them in nice and neat.
Yeah.
But if I put my headset on, let me just grab this one thing. So here's one, for example.
Yeah.
Superman 2.
Funnily enough, I was just watching that on Sky Movies just before I came on.
So, and what I have now are these inserts.
Oh, yeah.
So they're non-static. It will help keep them clean.
Yeah, I've been
also
with them myself.
Yeah, and so I've already bought 100 of the outside ones and 250 box, but I've run out again. And I need, looking at my other old stuff, probably another couple hundred.
Yeah.
But yeah, it does help, and then you might just keep the smell in there a little bit better.
Yeah.
So... But yeah, so I've been doing that for the last couple of weeks. And the thing is, when I get them out, I normally put the albums on at the same time and play a bit of it. So it does slow me down a bit. But yeah, so I need to order some more from Amazon at some point.
You've got, if I remember rightly, seen on your record player, one of those acrylic plates, haven't you? What do you reckon to them?
It does help. Does give a bit more bass as well, I've noticed. Have you got one? Or?
Yeah, I've got one, but I can't say I like it that much, because I get a real problem with static.
I've never had that.
Oh, yeah, I get a real problem with static with it. So I haven't tried it yet, but I've got a leather one to try.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, mine was if you go on to Amazon, that's where mine came from. It's quite advertised quite a lot.
Yeah, I've got the blue one.
Right. But never get static on it.
Yeah, I get static all the time on it.
I mean, give it a clean though. I imagine do that as well.
But I also got one of those cleaning arms as well.
Okay, I'm confused now, but I'm trying to work out what that is in my head.
Have you not seen them? So it's an arm that you put. So your arm goes, with your stylus on one side, and you put the arm on the other, and then it traces in the record, and it cleans the record as it's getting on to it.
Well, I don't know if I like the idea of that though. I'd rather clean it first and then put it on the deck.
It's only really light. It's only very light, so it takes off, some of that dust that's sort of like floating around the atmosphere that falls on the record as it's playing and that sort of stuff. But I always clean the record before I play. But I always use that as well, which is quite good.
Yeah, because the static stuff I've got, I'll run out again nearly soon. But with those inserts you get, that will reduce that static as well.
Yeah.
So you won't have to clean it every time, every now and then, sort of thing,
Yeah.
So yeah, because my vinyl is really a lot of pressings I've got booked are still not here. I've got not that I didn't like the movie too much, but Beetlejuice is now in this country. I ordered that back in September.
Yeah.
So that's en route. The Substance is not gone yet. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, that's not been shipped yet. Metal Gear Solid 2, that's not been shipped yet either from Mondo. So there's quite a few bits and pieces to come.
Yeah.
I'm content. I might pick up Alien Romulus, actually. I was debating that last night after watching the film, but we'll talk about that when we get there. But
how did you enjoy it?
Yeah, there's a few things I noticed, but we'll talk about that about an hour's time probably when we get to it. So yeah, have it yourself anyway.
Myself, I'm sort of like just having a bit of a relaxing time at the moment. I'm waiting for my new job to start. Left my old one, so
That's right.
Yeah, so just waiting for my clearances to come through, and then I'll start my new job in a couple of weeks. So I've got a couple of weeks off, and that's about it really. So I've got time on my hands, just getting through some of those jobs that you never seem to get through. And then what else? I've been playing obviously a bit of Destiny, but we'll talk about that later on. And as you know, because we've played together, and just generally doing stuff. I've got a few little things to do YouTube videos on. I've got this sports case for an iPhone. It's been sent to me by SportLink to do a short YouTube video on. And I picked up this myself, which is an air card. This is ready for when I go on holiday later in the year. And basically, it's a card you put in your wallet, but it has an air tag in it, but it's also got a QR code so that you can use it as, like, if you're somewhere with business or whatever, you can show it as a business card. Person scans it and it puts the details into their phone.
Oh, okay.
So
bit different.
Yeah, well, I thought that would be quite useful for, I've been to a couple of conventions and stuff like that, and talked to people about the show and all of this, that, and the other, and it's easier for them to be able to just get hold of them. It's £25. It's yeah, I just thought, I'll try one because I am going on holiday this year. Much later in the year, going to New York, Washington, Niagara, and Toronto.
Bit of a road trip then.
Yeah, a bit of a road trip. I'm going on the A track as well.
Is this with the missus or without?
I would love to say it's a boys' holiday or something like that, but no, it's a family holiday. My son's 8.
Yeah.
So it's like a bit of an award for that, and he finishes his A levels and all of this, that, and the other. So it's a big year for him.
Long time since I went to New York with the missus, but there you go. That's quite a while ago now.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's the plan. But obviously, it's not for until much later in the year that I'll be doing that. But I've been sort of like catching up on making sure we've got all of the gear that I want. I've just bought a bag that's especially for the holiday for all the camera gear that I've got, because of I'm taking my digital SLR that's got 3 lenses. I've got a 360-degree camera because we're going to go onto the Empire State Building, and then I've got this as well, this camera, which is my DJI Osmo 3. Which obviously is like a 4K video camera. This is the one that I use to do all of my videos now on the YouTube. But I'm going to take that, get some good stuff. And I'm going to take my MacBook as well, because I figured I'm going to need to be editing some of this stuff while I'm on holiday, so when we get home at night and that, But one of the things I want to do is go to Washington to Times Square at midnight, because evidently they do some sort of art show at midnight.
I can't remember. My time when I was there was probably a bit earlier in the evening when I was there. But,
but it's interesting because we've been really talking about what we're going to look at when we go.
You've got to plan it. You can't just walk in and think, "Know where we're going to go."
No. And Empire State Building, definitely. Adam wants to go to the Nintendo shop and a Walmart.
They're on every street corner, but you mean if you're in New York, like there's a few places you need to go.
Yeah. We did talk about going to Liberty Island, but given the fact that that's at the very south and will be just off Wall Street where we're stopping, we didn't. We're like round the corner from Wall Street and round the corner from Times Square, and not too far away from.
Well, that's not too far, because I went down there. I went down that neck of the woods anyway.
Yeah.
So I went all the way down to. So you obviously where the Twin Towers was.
Yeah.
So when we were there last, we were there on September, on the anniversary. So we was there seeing what was going on, but also we went to Dumbo, which is across the water.
Yeah.
I think it's in Brooklyn. And there's some restaurants there, and you get some nice screenshots of the landscape of New York.
Yeah.
I'll probably ping you something I've got. I'll show you some of the ones I took, and you'll get an idea.
Yeah.
I took Miss on a little bit of a movie thing as well, because I took her to some places where some of the films were like Ghostbusters was filmed, and then we did the whatchamacallit, horse cart track, whatever it is, around the park.
Yeah, my wife wants to do that.
So we did all that.
We want to go and see that bridge where You've Got Mail and a load of other ones have been shot and other stuff.
And where you got the where Dana's apartment is, and that, which is right next to it as well, where she is in Ghostbusters. Yeah. And also when you're in the park, you can see the 2 towers, part of that old building.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So yeah, but also you want to go to the library where Ghostbusters, with the 2 lions on it.
Yeah.
It's a gorgeous library to go walk through.
Yeah.
Really incredible.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, you made a good point, because I wouldn't mind just going to see where, the Ghostbusters HQ was. That's
there as well, yeah. Also, you got Grand Central Station as well, and that is not big. I'll tell you that now. You will be shocked how small it is, because obviously when you go in there and you've got the clock in the middle, you remember it?
Yeah.
Man, you'll think, hold on a minute.
Yeah, well,
it's tiny.
Yeah, I bet it's probably smaller than King's Cross.
Yeah, but it's obviously Armageddon was shot there, and stuff like Trading Places. They did a little bit of shooting there as well, and what have you.
Yeah, what we want to do is take Adam to some of the places where he'll have seen on cinema, and that's really that's what I want to do. My wife's just not bothered. She's just happy to be going to America, and she's.
If you went to the top end though, that's where the steps for Death Wish, but that's not his cup of tea.
Yeah, no, I don't think we'll be going to the top end in New York. I think we'll be sticking to the the southern end.
Yeah, but if you go down right down the other end.
Yeah,
where you got that where the bridge goes over, which was used in the zombie movies as well. You got Dumbo there, which is nice, which you appreciate.
Yeah,
stuff like that, and obviously you got the two, the trade centre now, what you want to call it. They got which is quite impressive. When you get to the top of that,
they've got some like there's glass domes and stuff like that there, haven't they? And all of
even in the New York and the Empire State Building, there's a bit there with King Kong in it, and he's massive. Inside and stuff like that.
We are good. That is definitely the one place that we are going to go. We're going to go to the observation deck and to deck 102. So that's definitely planned. But Times Square, because we're literally like a 10-minute walk away.
Yeah, well, we had breakfast there one day as well, which we went for a breakfast there just to be in Times Square.
Yeah, well, we're just we're literally stopping, near there. So I think we'll probably see Times Square a couple of times at different times of the day. And Central Park is not far.
No, it's just at the top of there. It's not far.
Yeah.
We stayed a little bit further down from Times Square when we were there last.
More or less, it's like Times Square's here, Central Park's here, and we're here. Middle. So it's really good from that sort of point of view. But I'm just hoping that the weather's going to be nice one day. But you never know with the weather, especially in America at the moment.
No, I mean we went in September, and that wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
And also the other time I went there for work, that was just after the attack of that year, and we went down to what state he was in at the time, and the locals were a little bit tetchy, But I love New York. I want to go again, but I'd like to go at Christmas.
Yeah, but I'm really looking forward to going to Washington as well, and seeing the sights around Washington. We're going on a coach tour of Washington. So that'll be interesting. I think most of the day is going to be like travel and probably have a few hours in Washington.
Oh, there's a massive Lego store.
All right.
Where the Christmas tree in New York sits?
Yeah.
You got that. There's a golden statue because during the time we were there, it was all chairs and that, and we were having cocktails and got totally pissed. But you get up top of that, and there's a massive Lego store up there as well, which is huge.
Yeah.
But now you'll enjoy it. It's good fun.
Yeah. But a while away yet, though. I'm away, but looking forward to it all the same. Other than that, we've had some growth on the YouTube channel. We've finally got over 500. It's pathetic numbers, I know. But we're growing, at least. We're starting to get there.
Onwards and upwards.
In a matter of fact, I couldn't believe it. We actually got 5 in one day. Was it day before yesterday? Got 5 subscribers. So thank you very much to all of you new subscribers. Hopefully we'll continue more. And if you're not already subscribed, get subscribed. That's what we need. We need the subscribers on there. Okay, so shall we go on to gaming this week?
No longer a dream, but a reality.
Okay, so gaming this week, and the big announcement people have been waiting for is
Go on, tell me.
The latest kids' toy, for as far as you're concerned, Steve. The Switch 2 has been announced. So the
bored already.
Switch 2 is set to come out sometime in 2005. with more news coming in a Nintendo Direct on the 2nd of April, which is unusual, I think, because I think normally the Switch isn't normally released around about February, March time, or rather Nintendo consoles are. So I think that this might see a shift to has seen it considerably later in the year, probably about November time, like to meet other consoles. The new Switch 2 will play exclusive games for the console, as well as physical and digital Switch games. It did note, however, that certain titles on Switch may not be fully supported with the Switch 2. So, not much more information is out and about there. At the moment. It appears to have like magnetic Joy-Cons that connect to the sides rather than the rail that there is currently on now, which I think will be a better move. And that's more like is it the ROG Ally? I think has that, or one of those ones anyway, one of the non-Steam PC handhelds. So yeah, I think it looks quite cool actually, the device itself. And if it plays Switch 2, I'll just get rid of my Switch, I think. So if it's plays Switch, I'll get rid of my original Switch, because there'll be no point in having both of them, you know.
Yeah, dated then, wouldn't it?
Yeah, well, I'll just take it to CEX, something like that, and that. But no news on price at the moment, so it'll be interesting to see where that comes in, because I do wonder whether or not we might see a bit of a hike in both capacity of the device, but also in terms of the cost of the device as well, because there is now a very big trend of, from $350 to, like £900 you can get a handheld PC. Granted, it is a Switch, so I think that we might see this. I know some people have been speculating 299. I do wonder whether or not it'd be 249 or 349 or 399 that we might see this come in at. What do you think?
Yeah, it's a lot of money though, isn't it?
It is for what might be a limited console for you if you're not in Nintendo games, which, because a lot of them are very cutesy and not maybe designed fully for people of our ages. It might be that might be a console you might want to miss.
There are some fans. There's many fans out there that love Nintendo anyway, so it's going to sell like hotcakes.
Oh yeah, it's going to be massive, and people have been doing this for well over a year now. Have been crying out for a Switch 2, and it's been a big expectation. I'm wondering what sort of like power performance it's going to have, because I don't think it's going to be a PS5 beta. But then again, Nintendo, they're never really that bothered anyway, are they, in terms of the performance? I reckon it'll probably have performance of about a PS4.
Well, they just do their own thing anyway. They don't really care about anyone else. It's they're not there to put the numbers up compared to whatever else is going on at the time. They just do their own thing and get on with it, So
yeah. I mean, to be honest, it's a while since I looked at the specs of the Switch, but I think the Switch, when you play it on screen, it plays 720p. When you play it on the TV, it plays 1080. If I remember rightly, I might be wrong on that. But it would surprise me if this next console is proper 4K. But I think it'll be like 4K, like the PS4 Pro was 4K.
Yeah.
But we'll have to wait and see. Further details are going to be forthcoming in April, so we've just got to wait for the Nintendo Direct. And it'll be interesting to see what new titles that they bring to it as well.
It's always standard stuff, though, won't it? Really, you can imagine it's all the same sort of stuff you're playing now will be on there.
There'll be a Mario Kart, that's for sure. There'll be a Smash Bros, that's for sure. There'll be another, maybe couple of years down the line, but there'll be another Mario Bros. Of some.
Do people want that though, really, or do they want something new?
People want it though, don't they? But it sells every time, no matter what. If you look, the biggest hitters on the Switch are always the Nintendo stuff, aren't they?
Mm.
I think people. I think unless it's your only console, I think a lot of people tend to buy the Switch for the Nintendo stuff and then play the other games on other stuff, unless they want that portability. They don't have like a Steam Deck or a ROG Ally or something like that.
Yeah.
I think that's what people do, but I've got, like, for example, the Witcher 3 on the Steam Deck. Not really played that much. I've got Diablo 3 on the Switch as well.
That worked quite well, though, wouldn't it? That's sort of ideal for it.
As a matter of fact, I think that Diablo 3 does work quite well, from what I understand. But I think from what I've heard of the port of it, Batman the Arkham trilogy doesn't work well on the Switch because it's still a little bit underpowered to play that, which is quite surprising considering that I think that some of those games were actually on the 360, weren't they? Wasn't it Batman? It was on the 360, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
So, because it's quite an old game, so I'm quite surprised if that struggles. But, City, I remember playing it on the one, because that came later, didn't it? Still cracking games, though. I might be interested in picking those up at some point, but I don't know.
Well, I've got the whatever updated version is now on the Series X remastered or whatever it is they got.
Yeah.
For them. So.
Yeah, I've got the remastered version as well. Thinking of remasters, I picked up Red Dead Redemption on the PS4 as well.
Okay.
You can tell it is a PS3 game that has been remastered for the 4. If you know what I mean, because when you compare it to Red Dead.
Well, if you compare it to the Series X version.
Yeah. I haven't played the Series X version, but I was thinking when you look at Red Dead 2, the West feels more alive, feels fuller than this version. It feels like a port of a game from a PS3 or Xbox 360 era, which is nothing to matter with that, because that's exactly what I thought I would be getting. But it's not lifted it in any way. Let's put it that way.
No.
Anyway, have you got any news, Steve, that you want to share?
No, it's really quiet at the moment. I think there's been a couple of events. I missed them on Xbox. There was a community event that was on or something, possibly, or a developers event. I missed that, but only telling you about games that we already know that's coming out.
Yeah.
But at the moment, it's just really quiet. It's that time of year. We're going to get Grand Theft Auto pushed back probably again, because that'll be always pushed back. And there'll be other games coming out.
I know that people are saying, Grand Theft Auto will come out shortly and that. I don't think Rockstar's in any real hurry to release.
No, not at all.
GTA 6, because commercially, GTA 5 is still earning them loads of money. Unless you stop playing GTA 5, they're not going to release 6, are they?
No, well, the community for online is still massive, so...
Yeah. So if you want...
They're all spending money with it. Excuse me.
Yeah. If you want 6, stop spending money on it and stop playing it. Number 5, and then it'll come quicker, I guarantee it. But otherwise, I think it's going to be ages. Yeah.
Didn't Assassin's Creed get put back? Didn't it?
Yeah, Assassin's Creed has been put back. I'm not sure what date that was put back to, though. Do you remember?
No, there was a
like that.
end of March maybe. I can't remember.
I think it was into the next financial year, which was what was unusual about it. But we'll have to see. Anyway. So, Steve, do you want to do the new releases?
Yeah, excuse me, bear with me for my throat's a bit rough. Okay, so Freedom Wars Remastered, PS5, PSX, PC, and what's that for? Sorry, I'm being stupid now. Nintendo Switch, sorry, yeah, of course. You get very quiet occasionally sometimes.
Oh, it's just because I'm using my new mic and it's got noise cancellation.
Okay. Donkey Kong Country Returns HD on Nintendo. Yeah. Dynasty Warriors Origin as well. That's PS5 and Xbox and PC. Tales of Grace Remastered on Nintendo Switch. Star Wars Episode 1 Jedi Power Battles on all things that you can pick it up for. Singularity Echoes of Ada on the big three with the PC. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Is this the second part of it?
This is part 2 of the trilogy, yeah.
I haven't seen any of that, obviously, because my PlayStation doesn't work in a minute, but we won't go into that.
We can talk.
You're going quiet again.
We can talk about that later on because I've played it.
Tales of Iron 2, Whiskers of Winter on all consoles, and it's available. Virtual Fighter 5 on the PC. Hello Kitty Island Adventure on the Nintendo Switch and PC. Sniper Elite, I haven't played one of those for a while. Resistance on all consoles. Spider-Man 2 PC. And Citizen Sleeper 2, Stuart Vector on PS5, Xbox, and play on PC. So
yeah,
not too much there.
I don't know, because obviously I've got Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Which one's that? Remind me. Well, actually, should we just jump into it? Because
yeah, okay. So in terms of which one that is, Rebirth is basically it kicks off at the end of Final Fantasy VII.
Right.
So the remake, which is at the end of Final Fantasy VII, you've fought Sephiroth and you've destroyed the Mako reactor. Yeah?
Mako, yeah.
Yeah. Then after that, you then go into the world.
Right.
So this is basically from there. So I booted it up this morning and played half an hour of it. I've recorded that footage. I'm going to be uploading it to the YouTube channel probably today or tomorrow. So you can see the opening 30 minutes of the game. And basically, as with anything, it's a bit of a tutorial sort of section, but it moves on the story. So it's obviously, like Cloud was injured as well as the other lot of the team, and I've forgotten what the guy with the black hair was called, but you take your first character you control is him, and you have to rescue the others from these helicopters where they've been pulled out of the wreckage. And then it cuts to a scene of you being in a hut and the characters are talking, and then Cloud starts talking about when he first met Sephiroth, which was when he was a soldier. Captions, hopefully Google Translate will put soldier in capitals because it's always in capitals on the subtitles on the game. And then you reenact his first meeting of Sephiroth and what happens there. So the bit that I do is I was making my way to the reactor and I just split up from Sephiroth, the other and the other soldiers, and Tifa as well, because Tifa was with you in it. She died for the local area because Cloud and Tifa live next door to each other, according to the story now. So yeah, that's how far I've got. So it's not far at all. Anybody who's played, it's like you've barely touched the surface of it, but it's enough to give a flavour of the game. It looks great on the PC. It does look great on the PC. I did note that it wasn't making my PC wail, and I did have it on decent graphic settings as well. Didn't have it on the minimum graphic settings.
Yeah.
So, but I forgot to mention actually in the thing, I repasted my PC because I was getting a little bit worried about the temperatures because it was.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I've got an AIO, which is a H100i platinum, and on that, say when I was playing a game, it was like middle, like 75 degrees. I've got an AMD F9 500. And I thought but when it wasn't on it, if it was just like idle, but it had Internet Explorer on, it was still running at about 75 degrees. Now, to me, Internet Explorer doing nothing, just sitting there, and the PC doing nothing, not even playing a video, that's idle. Evidently not, because as soon as I switched off Internet Explorer, the temperature went down by 15 degrees, nearly 20 degrees. So what the hell Internet Explorer is doing in the background, I have no idea.
It's PC for you. You've got to put up with that.
Yeah, well, it is. And which is why I'm on the Mac, which is another reason why it's nice and quiet, because you don't hear a Mac. If you hear a Mac, it's broken.
So this is on PC and PlayStation, yeah.
5, yeah.
Sony don't give a crap about us on Xbox as usual, but yeah.
No. But
that's my hump with Sony, because Xbox try to give them something that we got in our catalogue, and they do that.
Yeah.
But I'm not here to grumble about Sony.
And then Microsoft are going to give everything over to Sony as well.
There you go. Was that?
Microsoft are going to give everything over to Sony as well.
Well, but they are. I think Starfield is penciled in probably. I think even Halo is as well, with a million rumours. Yeah. But Sony, they don't give a two hoots, mate. They're just a little pawn of their own, to be honest.
I think that Xbox is going to transform itself a lot. I think that it might end up going the way of Atari eventually. Being a game developer rather than a console developer.
I don't think so.
I do.
Where you get that idea from?
The fact that they're putting on the console interface so you can stream games from.
Well, no, that's only to give more people more options to not have a console. That's all that is.
But eventually they're going to go, why are we developing these expensive consoles? Why don't we just put an app on everybody's devices and then?
Yeah, because that is not suitable for everybody because of their broadband speeds and everything else and their TVs. So no, sorry, you're talking out your backside on that one.
Maybe not this generation, but in the next couple of generations, it wouldn't surprise me.
Well, I'll be dead by then anyway, so it'll be all right.
So anyway, so that's where we got up to. You can play it in classic mode, or you can play, like the new way of playing it, the same as that you would on the PlayStation as well. What can I say? It's more Final Fantasy. You know what you get in, especially when it's Final Fantasy VII. Loving all of the lore and that, and just the way that it plays. It's really Final Fantasy VII has always been the best out of all the Final Fantasies.
Yeah, it really sucks that I can only play one part of that though, hasn't it? Really, because that came on the PlayStation 4, but the second part was was on their new console only. Again, Sony being arseholes. Sorry.
You just get yourself a PS5, mate. That's all it is.
Mate, I can't afford to. Sorry, it's just not. It's not an option.
Well,
anyway.
But you've got a PC. You could run it on PC.
No, this PC is so old. It won't chug along on playing on. No, it's not built for that. Definitely not. Anyway,
the thing about PCs is you can replace one part after another.
Yeah, but this desktop is quite an old desktop PC. So no, this was originally a Windows 7 PC.
Yeah.
Back in the day, which is now been tweaked a bit, but yeah, no, this won't play games. Nowhere near got the the manpower behind it to push it. I'm afraid, but
I'll tell you what you should do. You should make it into a retro gaming console.
no, I don't want to play retro games. No, I want to play today's games.
Why not play both?
I don't know where it is now. I've got one of those little mini PCs somewhere. Not a mini PC, but you know what I mean. Not BlackBerry.
Oh, like an Ambernick.
Something like that, yeah. I've got kicking around somewhere in my drawer.
Something like one of them.
Oh, not one of those. No, it's more of a where you can plug a keyboard and mouse into it.
All right.
And you can, put whatever you want to put on it, really. But
yeah.
But yeah, no, it'd be nice to have a PlayStation 5, but I don't think my PS4 would probably help fund it very well these days on CEX. It probably rips you right off.
I think that they sell for about 140 quid on
the Pro?
Pros, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
And if they're selling for that, they want probably 75 for it. So yeah, it's not point.
Yeah. Yeah. But
anyway.
Anyway, I've had no problem so far with Final Fantasy. Granted, I've only played it for about 45 minutes. That's not a massive gaming session by any point. I haven't seen. Well, to be honest, I haven't been looking for any reports about anything because I tend not to, because I much prefer the idea of just trying it myself and seeing how it goes, because everybody's equipment's different anyway, and when it comes to PCs, definitely everybody's equipment's different. So I thought, what the hell, I'll just play it on mine, see how it goes. On my setup, it seems to be okay so far. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to however many hours it takes to complete part 2 of Final Fantasy.
Well, so did you finish the remake of it?
Yeah.
All that.
Yeah.
Because that's only 2 parts, isn't it?
That's
So the part I got on the PlayStation Pro
is 1.
Yeah, and then the other part is the second part,
which is
no 3 parts, so just 2.
There's supposed to be going to be a third.
Oh, they haven't finished it yet, then?
No, this has just been released.
No, I'm not Rebirth. I'm about Final Fantasy Remake.
Yeah, Final Fantasy Remake. Part 1 is Remake. Part 2 is Rebirth. And then I don't know what Part 3 is yet because I haven't announced it.
I can't remember where Part 1 finishes, and it's not the whole story of Final Fantasy 7.
No, it ends where you're about to leave the city and go out into the world. So,
yeah.
You fight Sephiroth.
But Rebirth is part of Final Fantasy 7. Sorry, I'm just confusing myself. That's all.
Yeah, it's the next part of the story. So just see where you get to in Final Fantasy 7, where you have that fight. And
yeah.
It's from then onwards when you start wandering around on your chocobos.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's just really annoying, really, that they're just doing what they're doing. Really, shame.
Yeah, well, it is what it is, isn't it? But other than that, the other thing that so if you want to see some footage, I've put some footage in while we've been talking, but also just have a check on our YouTube channel and you can see it there. Destiny 2. So I'm back after a 6 or 12 month gap.
Yeah, I mean, I played. We'll talk about it, but I played Final Fantasy. Jesus Christ, I've been playing FIFA FC 25, but nothing really to talk about that. There's Ultimate Team, so yeah, that's what I've been doing. But yeah, if you want to talk about your rebirth of Destiny 2.
Yeah, so
and then I'll mention a couple of bits I've done, but yeah, other than what we've done together, if you mentioned. So
yeah, so I'd missed a few seasons, and I came back on, completed the final shape, thanks to Steve for the help of the last bit, because that was a tough level.
See an expert.
It took us both a couple of times to do. And that was just on normal. Completely delightful, and completed the Revenant episodes as well. So I've got Keller Kells done, as of you, Steve, and completed Lightfall. So, completed the season pass to level 200. I think my character's 217, something like that at the moment.
Yeah, I think it was, yeah.
Considering that I've only been playing it for 2 weeks, that's not bad, I don't think. From like
no, you've been putting a few hours in, haven't you? So
yeah, I think I put probably about an hour to 2 hours a day on it for the last couple.
You've been at home, so it's not like you're just doing it in an evening, or
yeah. Although most of the time I have been doing it mostly in the evening.
Oh yeah, a bit late though, isn't it?
Yeah. As I'd been on recently on Gaming Generations, so thanks to Ian for the invite there. And I'd mentioned about the fact that I feel that now they've gone much more down the raid route in terms of the mechanics with the game than it ever used to be. You've just been coming across that now, but that's been for a couple of seasons now. Yeah, it's much more puzzle orientated. So I've just been doing one where you've got to get rid of the cysts on in the Traveller, that one. Which was a bit weird. I quite enjoy the Tomb of Elders. And
what the new stuff?
Yeah, I quite like doing that. The waves.
How far did you get?
Oh, I've done level 50 up to level 50.
Oh, not Onslaught. I'm on about the Tomb of Elders.
I've got to the treasure room.
Yeah.
At the end, yeah. I've got there a couple of times. But yeah, it's great. Really enjoy that. I think it's a bit of a shame though that in terms of Tomb of Elders, it's only matchmaking at standard level, isn't it? Otherwise, you've got to go in with a fire team.
Yeah.
Which is a pain in the ass when you're at work and I don't know anybody else who's online because I can't go and Rebel Tomb of Elders, and it's normally only you and me anyway.
I think I've only ever done that once, but I got to the chest and then got to the secret chest after that. There was another set.
Yeah.
I think, remember right?
Yeah.
But it wants me to do it again now for some reason.
Well, you get Prime M.
No, just due to the story or something it was asking.
Yeah. So, yeah, and I've figured out why. I couldn't believe it the other day. It was like one wave off getting the tier 1 Prime Engram on the Tomb of Elders Onslaught. And the reason why is because I'd joined Onslaught and into somebody else's game on wave 2.
Okay.
To 50, and I was already on level 50. So I did 49 levels. They did 50. So it's like wave 1. Let's face it. I mean that's sort of like you just blow at them and they die. So it's like nothing that I missed, but it was just sort of like, oh, so I had to do another 10 waves just to be able to get the 1 so I could get the tier 1 gear. That was But I'm sick of the RNG again. My main problem with Destiny all the time is the RNG, because it keeps dropping me bloody hats and boots. That's all, or helmets and boots. That's all.
Have you been doing Nightfalls at all? Because that might make a bit of a difference. Because you always get a weapon there.
I've done all of the Nightfalls. Yeah. I've done all of the Nightfalls to get the normal gear, but obviously only what's matchmaking.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm going to. Ian's said that he'd hop on with us during the week. During the day. So
yeah, there's a couple of bits we could do with 3 people, especially do a dungeon and that and stuff like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing a few dungeons and that because I don't know about you, but I'm not far off completing the Revenant challenges. For the season. I don't
worry about I don't worry about them too much, to be fair. Once the story's over, because I'm finding the tonics are a little bit of a bore sometimes.
Oh, the tonics are a pain in the backside because I hate now that I'm on part 3 of that tonic stuff, because you get 5 of them per quest that you get with it.
Yeah.
And you have to play all the other stuff for ages, and then mess about with the tonics and hope that you'll get another drop. And I know that the way that it works is that you spam the first green until you get 2 or 3 blues, and then you go on to the blues, and then
purples.
No, you go green first, then the blue.
Yeah, blue, then the purple.
Then the purple, but you get...
And then the gold after that.
Yeah, if they've got gold after that.
Yeah, some of them, I've got a couple that did have, which I can't use yet because I haven't got the bits you need, if you know what I mean.
Oh, I've used them.
No, but yes, I've got some more. There's like from between all different.
All right.
I've used my tonic. I've used my bits up, so I need to grab some more bits.
Yeah, I just wish that there was some sort of way of telling you which ones you need to do, because you kind of like got to guess. But the way that I see it seems to work is the first blue is the first 3 purples, and then the second blue, the next 3 purples, as it were. And then when you get all of them, then you get the gold, I think, something like that.
But there's loads of other stuff you've got to do yet, which you haven't done, which with some of the exotic weapons you haven't picked up.
Oh, God.
So...
yeah. I mean, I've still not got the icebreaker quest. I would love to get that.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've got to that. I've got the end of that. I've done it once. Didn't get it, though, on that run. I got 2 weapons out of the pool for what was that? Was a grenade launcher and I think it was a pulse rifle I picked up.
How did you get the quest? How did you get the quest?
No, it's not a quest. It's
Oh, it's a drop-off dungeon, is it?
No, it's a proper
Right.
So, but you need 3 people though for that.
Yeah.
Which are the mechanics at the end, but you've got about 3 or 4 exotic weapons you haven't even gone for yet, which are updated with the way you can put them together.
Yeah, the cost off and that sort of stuff.
Well, you got that one, but you've got the pulse rifle that you haven't got yet. There's a couple of other weapons where you can run again the same missions over and over again to get the parts to put them together.
Yeah.
And one of them I was doing, I can't think which weapon it was now. I did it solo all the way through. It was good fun though. I'll have to show which mission that is.
Yeah, find out which mission it is, because I might. Well, was that the one that you've got to charge up to run to do in overdrive? The arc?
No, it wasn't that one.
I've got that one. I'm currently working my way up the catalyst requirements for that. The catalyst quest.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Don't think it's going to show me here. So there's like the newer version of a pulse rifle I think you've had before, but obviously you ditch that one. So it's going to be... So the cost off you need to go for, revision 0. Have you got no time to explain?
Yeah.
Desmond Tell, you need to redo that one as well when that mission comes across. For this again, so that one. Your Stargo trigger.
I've got the Stargo, I think.
Have you got the latest version of that one?
Think so.
You have the Quicksilver Storm as well already, I've thought. What else is there? Yeah, the Outbreak Perfected. You need to do that one.
Oh God, that one again. That's back.
Yeah, there's a newer version. It's a good little mission, that. What else is there?
Well, I can only do these when they turn up. That's the thing, can't I? So.
Well, no, they rotate the missions.
Right.
So you got to go into the right page.
Right.
Which I can probably... Well, I'll show you afterwards, probably. But yeah. There'll be 3 missions at the bottom, all in gold.
Yeah.
And they rotate. So, but there is some good weapons there. There's especially one weapon that you can use, which is an energy weapon, which is good for DPS, which is the
Whisper of the Willows.
No, it's
I tried doing that, and oh god, no, I couldn't do that in 30 minutes solo.
Wasn't that one? I'm trying to think. Not the Icebreaker. Got Still Hunt. You got that to do on. That's like the cost of it comes out on the Pale Heart. That one.
Right.
The Choir one I'm talking about. That one there, and also you got the Red Dead Reformed as well.
Right.
If you picked that up on the season, but the Choir run's got good DPS on it, and that's a good mission to do as well. So there's a few there, and the Centrifuge. I don't think you've got that either of you. That's the Arc one.
What heavy or energy?
Energy.
No, I've got the Arc energy one. The one
Have you?
Run and charge up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got that. That's what I said. I'm working on the catalyst for that.
Oh yeah. Sorry, yeah. So there's a few weapons you can go for anyway on that, which is worth doing. And also, did you do Iron Banner at all yet?
Yeah, I've done Iron Banner. I'm about.
How far did you get though with the first set? If you're with me, so you get a few weapons at the beginning.
Yeah, I think I've done about 2 or 3 of those. I think I'm around about rank 8 or 9, something like that.
Did you pick up the sidearm?
I think I did, but I don't think I kept it.
Because that's the god roll they were giving everybody.
Oh well, I've buggered it.
But I've since got. There's 2 god rolls it's worth getting.
I never use sidearms though.
No, but this chill clip, it's just bloody amazing weapon. Honestly, they are awesome. I used to think sidearms are crap, but
although I must admit, I was doing the catalyst for the Trespasser. Getting that one off because that was one I'd got.
Yeah, but these are obviously these are just legendary weapons, but the Tenacious Master with chill clip and loose change and chill clip and air trigger, they are the top sidearm to get at the moment. Also, there's a sidearm from the last story you were doing, which is a solar one as well, which is worth picking up. So there's quite a few to do there. And also Gambit, you got the Bygones winning the pulse rifle because they're sort of meta at the moment. And if you get the right Bygones as well, they're really good. So, but you want to probably put Light GG on your phone.
Yeah.
So you can see what you got and see how good those weapons are due to popularity.
Yeah.
And also it'll tell you obviously the god rolls as well if you have any.
Right.
So that's what I would keep it on mine because if I'm like 700 in again on my vaults, I just go through and just pick stuff off just to make more space. But I've got quite a few god rolls now, which I've been getting hold of. But so it's all about a little bit of grinding and just buying about 10 of them to see if it comes through, you know.
Yeah. I must admit, I think with the gunsmith, I've got something like about 48 engrams sat with him at the moment.
Oh god, yeah, I've got 99. There's so many, but they're handy for currency and stuff like that. Anyway, just to take them apart. If you've got Light GG on your phone, that might help you see what you've got. And also with Xur at the moment, if any of those weapons are god rolls or well worth picking up as S-class, it will help tell you as well. So I've got to do a few more coins for tonight after this.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anything else?
No, that's about it with me for Destiny. Okay, so in that case then, let's move on to movies, TV and streaming.
In quest of a better life,
all right, so sad news, I'm afraid. David Lynch, the American filmmaker whose works included the surrealist cult classic of Mulholland Drive and Twin Peaks, has sadly passed away at the age of 78. Lynch's death was announced on his Facebook page last Thursday by members of his family. His last major project was Twin Peaks Return, which was broadcast in 2017 and continued. The TV ran for 2 seasons in the early 90s. Among other things. Lynch has won a prestigious Palme d'Or at Cannes Film Festival for Wild at Heart in 1990.
Was Nicolas Cage in that? I think in my head, I might be wrong, but
I can't remember, to be honest. I think it was. Yeah, I think you might be right.
yeah.
But yeah, a bit of a surprise. I didn't even know he was that old because I don't think he looked that old. I think like late 60s maybe. But
thing is, a lot of people that might not know him have probably seen one of his films at least, without knowing it. Dune, of course. Elephant Man. Blue Velvet, which is one of my favourites.
Yeah.
Elephant Man, I rewatched recently as well, actually. I love that film. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I was watching something, I think, evidently not one of his favourite movies because he didn't have much creative control on that movie.
I don't know why, but Anthony Hopkins does a real good role in that.
Yeah, he does.
He's the guy that plays John Merrick.
Yeah.
Very sad, but yeah. Another one bites the dust. They're all getting old.
Yeah, they are. They are, definitely. I mean, that's the one thing, when you look at, say, Cameron with his things with Avatar and all of that, and you think, are you actually going to be alive long enough to be able to foresee this actually happening? Because he's getting on now as well. Not being unfair, like George Lucas reportedly looking to buy back Star Wars, and he gave it up because he thought he was getting too old, and now it's like 10 years later, and now he's looking to buy it back. Well, surely it must be 10 years worse for him to start thinking about that.
All that crap that's come out over the last few years from Disney,
Yeah, it just doesn't bear thinking about. Thinking about, have you seen Section 31?
I'm not going to even watch it. It's absolute crap, honestly. I've heard it's absolute tosh. I'm not even going to go. I'm not going to go near it. Sorry.
I watched it, and it was a struggle to watch it. There were, other than the fact that there was like the black and white people from Let That Be Your Last Battlefield, the last episode of the original series, there was like next to nothing other than Starfleet being mentioned occasionally.
No, they tried to make it Mission Impossible. It's just ridiculous. Absolute. It's not Star Trek.
It was not good at all.
No, I've heard. I've looked at a load of reviews and.
Yeah, I've been really looking forward to this because it's Michelle Yeoh. Like she's brilliant, and it's Section 31. The coolest part of Deep Space Nine.
It ain't the coolest part though, to be fair.
No, but it was back in the DS9. It's like you always really look forward to the Section 31 episodes of that. That whole thing, and you had like the Julian Bashir being in it, secret agent.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I remember that. Yeah,
our man Bashir. Which was, was very much a sort of like James Bondy sort of role, but this it didn't even come across as Mission Impossible, to be honest. It just came across of overload of the senses and not make sense, and it was just utterly ridiculous.
Sorry, it's just. Oh, yeah, sorry. They really screwed up Star Trek now. It's just not the same anymore.
Yeah, it's about time that Kurtzman was relieved of his
duties
in relation to Star Trek, and it actually be produced by somebody who knows about Star Trek, with a footnote for the podcast to say that my telephone number will be in there should Paramount wish to recruit me for that.
Dream on.
Oh, you never know, though. There's always a chance. It might be small, but, be in it to win it, don't you?
Anyway.
So, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Don't watch the new Star Trek Section 31.
I would tell you what, go back and watch Killing Eve, because she was brilliant in that.
Yeah.
or if it's your missus, tell her to watch Grey's Anatomy because she used to be in that as well.
I watched Killing Eve, but I just couldn't really get into it. And I'm like, at the moment, I'm trying to push my way through Dexter because I'm sure there's going to be a bit that is finally going to make it click with me. I think, yeah, actually, I really do like this. But
what do you mean with Dexter?
Well, I've never watched Dexter before.
Oh man, that's the first proper show they did. Oh mate, it's freaking awesome.
Yeah, as I've been trying to watch that, and I just can't get to it.
Are you still on the ice truck killer then, are you?
Yeah, the guy who's cutting people up.
That's it. Yeah. The ice truck killer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it goes on from there, and there's some really juicy storylines that as the seasons progress, and the predicament he's put into, which will lead to the second series, which they did, which was last year, which was it Cold Ice Blood? I can't remember now. Cold Blood, sorry about that. Which is which after the end of Dexter, which is I was tearful that watching that. Yeah. But if you're struggling, I get through that bit. But there's some juicy storylines, and that happens. But I'm annoyed that Paramount are giving us Dexter a week by week on the new show, Dexter Original Sin. It's a real shame because we watched it last night. We both looked at each other and sussed out what was going on.
Yeah.
And we thought, we've got to wait a week now. Like, what was happening in the storyline, because it's so clever. I know you won't appreciate it yet because you haven't seen the original series, but...
I'll tell you something now. And this is... You're going to probably disagree with me on this because I know you like doing binge watching, but...
Oh, no, I don't normally, though, but it's because you get the opportunity to not binge it or not, but... Because we're at the part of the story, we're 7 episodes in, and we're trying to work out who's kidnapped the chief's son. And Dexter had an idea as well about this, and because he's only an intern at the Miami police station.
Yeah.
But something happened, and we looked at you and thought, I know who it is, who the kidnapper is, and it came out, yeah, it is, and then it ended again. It's those sort of cliffhanger moments you get.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I think I've really started to appreciate weekly releases.
Oh, that's what we used to have years ago, wasn't it? Really.
But it makes you appreciate a series more. And the example I'm going to give, okay, is I recently watched From. Have you seen that?
I'm not yet. I am. It is on my list to do.
Yeah. Well, I've watched the latest season of From, and I binge watched it in like a day and a half because I'm not working.
Did you not appreciate it though that quick?
And now it's over and done with. I've got nothing to look forward to, and it's dim and distant in my memory, even though it was only like a week or so ago. And so it's kind of a bit wasted, but I know if I go and watch it, I've already just watched it, and then I'll instantly remember everything that was happening, and then it'll be a bit of a waste of time. So I'm like in that awkward sort of position. Unlike something like Cobra Kai, which is, my son and I watched seasons, the latest part 1 and 2 of the season of Cobra Kai.
That's back in a couple of weeks.
I know it is, but we watched those back to back, basically. Because we're both big fans of that, and I think that sort of show lends it to it. But a show like From should not be done as here's all of the episodes, much like Dune, Prophecy. That is something that you want to watch on a week in, week out basis, and I'm really glad that programs like Severance, which has just come back on Apple TV, is on a weekly basis as well, because it gives me something to look forward to on a Friday. That say, it's Friday, it's time to watch Severance. So yeah, I think that this is probably one of the things in terms of what streaming has done is for a lot of shows, it's damaged what would have been a good show.
Yeah.
You know what?
Mind you, say Dexter. I got into Dexter via somebody else, but there's 8 seasons there.
Yeah, and that's why I know I've got to start. You know, I'm trying to get through it, but it's just sort of like, oh, I'm just, you know, I don't know what it is about it that's just stopping me from like really enjoying it, and maybe it'll change, but
because I think most of the seasons are about 12 episodes a season. But then I think there was a writer's strike at one point, so they might be a bit shorter in some places.
But 12 episodes or 10 episodes seems to be the new American version of 26 episodes, doesn't it?
Well, season 2, I think, is... What's season 2? Yeah, I think that might be 12 episodes. But, yeah, there's some things that happen in that. There's different storylines through all the seasons. So... And Dexter is playing with fire when he gets too close to what he's getting up to because he's working with the police station. They're chasing him at some point. Do you know what I mean? There's so much going on.
Yeah.
And especially with his sister as well.
Yeah.
Who in the new show, the girl that plays that is brilliant. She's always swearing like she is. She's a hard case, but seeing the younger versions of those characters you're now getting into, they're really they do look like them as well. Obviously, Michelle Gellar isn't a part of that. She's just like a guest, but she runs it there at the moment. And then come June, we've got a new series of Dexter with Michael C. Hall, which he's filming at the moment.
Yeah.
Which I think is called Resurrection. I can't remember if it's called that or not, but yeah. So there's more Dexter to come this year.
Right.
So you need to get your skates on, because then you can probably get to the second show after these 8 seasons, and then there's Original Sin, and then the new show after that. So, but yeah, me and Mrs. You know, we both love it. It's such a good show.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm expecting there'll probably be quite a few shows dropping. I mean, Star Trek: Strange New Worlds is currently being filmed, isn't it? That's still, you know, I don't mind that.
I've got a funny feeling though we're going to get a bit of a slump hit because of the Los Angeles fires and stuff like that.
Yeah, well,
so some shows like Fallout, the next season of that is on hold due to what's been going on.
I didn't realise, but because of the writer's strike and stuff like that, Severance season 1 to 2 was a 3-year gap.
Yeah,
I didn't even realise that. I don't know where the hell that last 3 years has been. You know, it's like massive chunks of your life suddenly disappearing, and you're thinking, what happened in that last 3 years? It feels like 5 minutes ago it was released.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but I think that we're just recovering from the writer's strike now, and stuff starting to come through because there's more on at the cinema and stuff like that. But
now we're going to get a second slump because of the LA fires.
In a couple of years' time, I think.
Well, they've stopped. They're not filming. They're supposed to be filming Fallout season 2.
Yeah,
but that stopped apparently
because
of it. Mind you, that's probably the right sort of. No pun intended. It's an apocalyptic, you know.
Yeah, they'd be almost able to do it on location, won't
they? Yeah, but we know where that's going to be set. So.
What is it, Los Angeles? Because.
No, the new show is going to be set because. Do you remember the end of Fallout 2? Without telling anyone that here hasn't seen it.
I don't remember the end of. I didn't play Fallout 2.
The TV show. The TV show.
Yeah.
So the end of Fallout.
Yeah.
Tells you where they're going next.
Right. I don't remember where they said.
Where the City of Lights goes down the strip.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Right. Anyway, shall we
move on?
Shall we do the movie releases for the cinema?
Is that what this is here? This listed on?
Yeah, movie. So January 30th, we've got Luther Never Too Much, which is a documentary with Jamie Foxx. Then on the 31st, we have Companion, which is a sci-fi thriller. We've got Saturday Night, which is a biography comedy drama. Hard Truth, which is a comedy drama as well. White Bird, which is a biography drama. The Colours Within, which is an animation. And The Tasting, which is another comedy romance as well. Do you want to do the DVD releases?
Yeah, I'll just pick some of these out because there's a few there that are just Captain Kronos Vampire Hunter Limited Collector's Edition from Hammer, which is a great movie. What else we got here? It's a Criterion Collection, JoJo Dancer, Your Life is Calling. Sylvia Crystal and Private Lessons. I mean, that's a 70s movie, I think. We've got Seven Samurai and 4K Blu-ray, which I've been waiting to pick up. Just looking through there. Young Guns 2, Blaze of Glory, if that floats your boat.
Yeah.
And not much more there, to be fair, at the moment.
Nope. Cinema chart, we've got We Live in Time at number 5, Nosferatu at number 4, number 3, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, number 2, Mufasa the Lion King, and number 1, A Complete Unknown.
Yeah, not a lot there, but I hopefully will be seeing Nosferatu this week, actually.
Yes, I'm
definitely seeing it this week, let's put it that way.
Yeah, I want to see that one as well.
So looking forward to that.
Do you do Blu-ray chart?
Yeah, so number 5, Beetlejuice. If you really want to see it, but it's a lot of rubbish. I just really didn't like it. Number 4, Jura. Number 2, which from Clint Eastwood directing it. Number 3, Alien Romulus. 2, Inglourious Bastards, and that's maybe due to a 4K release possibly, and Hawkeye Series 1 at number 1.
It is because of a 4K release. You're quite right, because I've got the 4K.
Oh, right.
But I was bought that for Christmas from my son.
I bought a Western from the 50s 4K this time.
All right.
I just picked it. It's just here. I can reach it.
Blazing Saddles, by any chance?
No. That will be coming at some point.
I haven't pressed.
This is a John Wayne movie.
Right.
With Dean Martin and Ricky Nelson. And this is Rio Bravo.
All right, okay.
Really good. Now, funny enough, Assault on Precinct 13 from John Carpenter is based on this.
Right.
So, but because there is a commentary with John Carpenter on this, which I'm looking forward to listening to.
Yeah.
But it's a great film. I do like my classic westerns. So yeah, it was quite cheap. There's another one I want to get, The Searchers, as well, but I do have a digital copy of that at the moment. But I do love some old westerns.
Yeah, I watched The Search years ago when I was a kid. But yeah, western's never been my favourite genre, and neither of war movies. The two genres tend to not really watch much, but I did like Inglourious Bastards.
Oh yeah, it's quite a good film. Yeah. I did order something, but it didn't turn up, and I've got to reorder it now, which was Usual Suspects.
All right, yeah.
I got let down, but I'm going to have to go to Arrow and get it now if I can still get it.
Who is Kaizo Soze? Yeah. So, what have you been watching then, Steve?
Well, so we'll talk about one film we've both seen together, but we've mentioned Dexter, but also I've now got the next Kickstarter from Creator VC, which is Aliens Expanded. And this is a 4-hour documentary with James Cameron and all the cast going back over the movie Aliens. And I've only watched the first hour of 4 hours, but it's really good. It's really insightful into the making of the movie. Creative VC, they did the horror ones that I've got. They did those, and they've done quite a few other ones as well. And they're filming The Thing Expanded at the moment, which is a John Carpenter movie, obviously. They're doing a documentary on that as well. It'll be the same for that. So I might pick up, if they do it again for The Thing, I probably will do the Kickstarter to pick up the DVD. But if you're a fan of Aliens, this is well worth a watch. If you know. I'm sure you are as well.
Yeah.
Sigourney Weaver does give us some nice insights into her role as well.
Yeah.
Really, really in depth. I like something to get meat on the bone documentary. So yeah, that's about that. But other than that, we both watched. Well, you watched it probably much more before I did, or you just rewatched it because you got the 4K copy.
Yeah, I only picked it up because I was on Gaming Generations where we talked about all of the Alien movies, but this was the only one to comment on because I hadn't got it, and then it arrived in on a doorstep 12 hours late. Thought typical, and I watched it, but yeah, it's a good film.
So believe it or not, this is set 20 years after Alien.
Yes.
So Sigourney Weaver is still out in space because she was out there for 54 years. So
well, they actually go onto her shuttlecraft at the beginning. That's her ship.
No, not the ship, because the shuttlecraft disappeared. What they went on was the remains of the Nostromo, wasn't it, on the main ship?
Are you sure? I thought it was the shuttlecraft.
No, it can't be, because she'd have been in there.
Yeah, I'm sure they just left her there.
No, I'd have to rewatch that, but I don't think so. But
look, I'm sure I might.
But but no, what they did was they found the remains of the Nostromo, and they had a lump of rock which they pulled in and cracked open, which had the alien in it.
Yeah.
And then we saw that, and we can guess what probably happened to that lot. And moving forward, yeah, I think our heroine.
It must have, in that case, then it must have been her shuttlecraft, because the alien went onto the shuttlecraft that she went on and escaped.
No, that was blown out of the hatch.
Yeah, but there was only one alien.
Yeah, but that was in space. She kicked it into space, but it obviously she tried to burn it or whatever she did, but that was in a clump of rock after she'd gone. It was floating around in space near the Nostromo because that was blown up. And they found that rock, which the alien was in, I suppose, like a hibernation of some kind, maybe.
Maybe.
Because they don't die, do they, easy, do they, on the xenomorph. And yeah, I really liked Kaylee Spanby, who played the young heroine. I thought she was very much like a sort of young Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah.
I don't think we should mention some of the people we meet in this, because it's probably a bit unfair.
But it was absolutely fantastic. See that, and yeah.
Obviously, it's not the same one because there's a load of them.
Yeah.
It was another version, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was another version.
Yeah. Did you notice at the beginning, the little weighted things that do that?
Yeah.
They look like they had one in there in the background. Did you see that?
I can't remember if I did or not.
Yeah, there was one on the table.
Right.
I thought, oh, okay. Which was just pain. I think the ships were dirty and gorgeous because that's how they were. The same sort of graphics for the computers and all the noises that you heard in the first movies were all there.
I was watching the making of, and there were lights or something. I can't remember what it was, but they were saying how on Prometheus did they have all of the fancy graphics, and then on Alien, which was set after Prometheus.
But you got this same problem though you got with Star Trek, where
but they had an explanation for it, because Prometheus was the Wayland Industries chief executive, so he had all of the best stuff.
That was before Alien, remember, wasn't it, that film?
Yeah,
in the timeline.
Yeah, but that was what all of the elite had in terms of graphics. But in terms of the space truckers, they just got the most basic interfaces. That's the way that they described the difference in it, which I thought.
But Wayland, it was still like a Wayland ship. That little cargo ship they had
But
it was all very similar sort of stuff, wasn't it? And also, all the computers had Mother on there, didn't they?
Yeah.
It's like saying Alexa, really, isn't it? But yeah, they all had Mother on board.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's nice to see a lot of those facehuggers weren't CGI. They were remote control. Yeah. Which is nice.
Yeah.
I haven't enjoyed an Alien movie that wasn't one of the first set of Alien movies for so long. And even Prometheus and Covenant are a bit of a bore sometimes. This was a breath of fresh air, I felt.
Yeah, I think, to be honest, Prometheus 2, for want of a better term, I forgot what it's actually called. That, it just feels like a bit of a nothing movie to me. I just forget what happens in it. And I don't know if I just black out throughout the movie, but I just never can remember what happens in it.
Put it this way, if you don't remember it, it can't be memorable.
No. Whereas I do remember Prometheus. I enjoyed that.
What about Covenant as well?
Well, that's 2, isn't it? That Covenant is the...
That was it? Oh, sorry. Well, you're calling it Prometheus 2, the Alien Covenant.
Yeah, it's just... It's only the very end bit of Covenant where... what do you call... I've forgotten an android's name. David. Is it David? Takes out the alien embryos and puts them in the deep freeze, and he's got that ship, so he's got loads of people to experiment with. That's the only bit of that movie that I remember, and I always remember that being the end of the other movie, which it wasn't, obviously, because they fly off to go and find the engineers. But the planet that they go to in Prometheus, in Covenant, isn't actually the engineers. It's just another form of humans that the engineers created. But a lot of people seem to think that it was the engineers that David kills in that, and it wasn't.
Yeah, I did like the synthetic in it as well, in Romulus. He was quite good, wasn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
He had his ups and downs, bless him, but yeah. Character called Andy. He was...
Well, there was a couple of synthetics, one of which we'd seen before.
Yeah, I wonder about the guy that was, in the new movie side of it, the companion.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I really enjoyed that. I probably would pick. Actually, I will probably pick this up on disc at some point.
So thinking of people who played synthetics, I rewatched Terminator because I got that on 4K, the Steelbook, and I'd absolutely totally forgotten that Lance Henriksen's in that. And it's sort of like, and it's such sort of like a bit part. He's, because he's like the sergeant to the, captain or whatever.
The coloured copper.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was in Star Trek 2, the Wrath of Khan.
Yeah.
Because he got his ears sussed out by Khan, didn't he?
Yeah.
Because he was on Reliant.
Tyrell. Yeah. Yeah. It's it's funny when you watch all movies, and then you think, that's blooming so-and-so. And I was watching something, and there were so many people who were like big names now, who were like, when this came out, you didn't even.
Well, it's funny because when I like watching Close Encounters, and I do go back to it every now and then.
Yeah.
And when you see the mothership land by the Devil's Tower, and see all the people's faces, and you see Lance Henriksen in that as well, and he's really young there, but it's him. He's been around the block a bit now.
Oh yeah, he has, but it was just sort of like looking at him, saying, God, he looks so young. But then again, it's like you watch things like Back to the Future, and one of Biff's gang is Billy Zane.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. He's bald these days, though, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. But let's face it, he was a good-looking bloke in his day.
Mm.
But yeah, he's definitely follically challenged.
Yeah, I will say this, and I won't say it directly though, but near the end of Alien Romulus,
Yeah,
I was thinking Alien,
yeah,
and I had to go. I said, I'm gonna put Alien on there. I'm gonna put the last 5 minutes on with Sigourney Weaver. And I look, she went, oh yeah,
yeah. It's I think actually the film takes all bits from all the different movies, and I think a little bit from Isolation, the game as well,
mm.
and just combines it into something new. I must admit, I'm not sure how I felt about the final Alien.
Well, to be fair though, because this is not a spoiler because you know this, you hear this in the film, because she was pregnant
Yeah,
and she had that injection. It was mixing
yeah.
the two together, so it's going to be an oddball anyway. However you're going to look at it.
Yeah. I'm not sure it really.
Because if you expected to see a xenomorph just come out again, do you know what I mean? When you wouldn't, because you knew that.
Yeah.
Oh God, how's this going to come out? Because after seeing the rat in the video showing that,
We know that the xenomorphs, combine in lots of different ways because we had a dog xenomorph, didn't we? When the Alsatian on Alien 3. So
I even made my missus jump this film. She really enjoyed it because sometimes if she's not enjoying the movie, she'll just wander.
Yeah.
But she loved it as well. And I really, it was really well worth a watch. Shame I couldn't see it earlier, but it just is what it is,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was the same with me. I wish I'd seen it in the cinema.
Mm.
But
even the tunnels, that was good as well. The tunnels he got. The way they open up with the metal and they would just go into a circle like that.
Yeah.
Is all that sort of thing. So yeah, it was all. Yeah, and the gravity idea was quite clever as well. I like that. It was fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, great movie. Well, if anyone hasn't seen it yet, it's not a disappointing movie by far.
No, it's not the best Alien movie either, though. But it's
it's a separate canon on its own. Although it's in canon because it's set 20 years after Alien.
Yeah.
So
it's a new.
It's on a tangent, but we've got the Alien Earth to come yet, haven't we?
Yes, we have. I'm not sure whether or not that's going to be good.
Also, what's it going to be on as well? Is it going to be bloody Disney or is it? It's on Hulu in America. I think it's advertised for.
God only knows.
So
I don't really want to speculate, to be honest, but
I don't like having Disney on my TV. To be fair, so a little bit I hate it.
Yeah. Disney. I'm not renewing my subscription to Disney. Once it runs out in the next couple of weeks, I'm done with it. And then what I'll do is I'll just get the odd month when they've finished doing the latest Marvel or whatever, or if the Star Wars ends up being good one season, I'll go on for the last Mandalorian or the movie of it, whatever it's going to be. But
yeah,
I won't bother. I mean, I've got Hawkeye coming on 4K. I've also got Loki season 2 coming on 4K. Ahsoka and what's the other one? There's another one. Oh, The Mandalorian season 3. So I've got those all coming between now and the 1st of March.
Did you watch Squid Games 2 or not? Did that not float your boat?
Yeah, no, I watched Squid Games 2. It was good. I feel like the middle just sort of like disappeared somewhere, and I just got to the the end, which was very cliffhanger-ish. But again, this is where
that's back out. That's in June that comes out, so it's not too far away.
But this is where I think that again, it goes back down to, do you want to binge watch or do you want to watch it weekly? I think it'd have been a bit...
Yeah. Because I was on my own. New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, I just started watching it. Mrs. wasn't really interested, and I just watched it all.
Yeah.
Because only about 6 episodes, wasn't it? It's not many.
Not many.
I mean, if it was like, Cobra Kai's, they broke that up deliberately into 3 areas, which was clever, really.
Yeah.
Into 3 parts of the season.
What a point that they made that break.
Mm.
You know, they really made that break at the perfect time on the last one. Oh, well,
and we're going to see some people joining together that normally are against each other, probably as well.
I think that it's who has been the big baddie.
Mm. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Go good, I think. Yeah, yeah.
Against who's now coming into it.
Yeah, yeah, I do. Mostly.
I did see another film on Netflix actually, with Taron Egerton.
Oh, yes, I know the one you mean. It's
Carry On.
Carry On. Yeah, that was okay.
It was all right for what it was. I don't mind him at all.
We talked about it on Gaming Generations. Actually, it was kind of like Taron Egerton does Die Hard 2.
I know. That's right. It was Christmas Eve at an airport.
Yeah,
but it's all right. It's okay. It's
another
watchable
movie. Yeah.
Another Christmas movie to add to the list.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think I've got Smile 2 to watch. That's not your cup of tea. Which is more of a horror movie.
I don't know. I quite fancy that one.
Smile was good. I enjoyed that, and so Smile 2 we got to watch.
I've started to enjoy horror a little bit more. As a matter of fact, I've only just bought the trilogy of Hannibal movies.
Oh, okay.
I've got those to watch.
What was that in the Blu-ray box set?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got Hannibal Blu-ray, but I've got the Arrow Silence of the Lambs copy in 4K. That's good.
Yeah. No, I'm not that bothered to get it in 4K, but I thought I wouldn't mind watching those movies again. And I thought for the amount, because I think I got all 3 for the same cost as what buying the Blu-ray of Silence of the Lambs would be. So I might as well get all 3 then. So I picked it up off Amazon because it was like 12 quid for the which I thought was quite good. I thought I can't hire a movie off Sky for that or 3 movies off Sky for that little. So I thought add them to the collection. But yeah, looking forward to that. And I always love the line at the end of the first one, Silence of the Lambs, where it says, I'm sorry, Clarice, I will have to go. I'm having a friend for dinner.
Yeah.
That's the line that you never want to hear your friend who's a cannibal to say.
I'm trying to think what else. I mean, I did mention, I think, obviously, Jason Statham's last movie, The Beekeeper, that wasn't bad. That was a good bit of fun.
Yeah. There's been a bit of a buzz about that.
Yeah. Good buzz. I'm just going through my own collection, actually, here. I'm just looking on anything else I've added to the collection. I think it's about it at the moment. What was the third one on the collection for
Red Dragon?
Yeah, okay, yeah. That was in 2002, believe it or not. It's a little while ago now.
They're all movies. Anything else you've watched, Steve?
No, we can roll on.
Okay, well, I just want to talk about one of the things I watched as well, because I watched the Martian Chronicles.
Is it on Apple TV by any chance?
Oh, no, this is a Blu-ray.
Okay.
I purchased this on Blu-ray. So this is from the mind of science fiction giant Ray Bradbury, and it's perhaps his most sort of like epic vision in terms of sci-fi. Basically, it's humankind's first venture away from Earth and the Moon, to look to colonise Mars, and Earth is on the verge of extinction with the threat of nuclear war. And to survive, mankind must find another place to live. And when 3 expeditions to Mars, headed by Colonel John Wilder with Rock Hudson, shows how old this is, finds suitable conditions for relocation, humans are into the shipload by the shipload, bringing the old evils of Earth with them. And as Wilder begins to find out some of the things that he can learn from the dying Martian civilization, the question is, can humanity survive? It's very much sci-fi of its era. The book was by Ray Bradbury was originally in the 1950s. This mini TV series, was 1980, and I remember watching this on TV as a.
I probably did see it, to be fair, at some point. It does ring a little bit of a bell.
And in a matter of fact, one of the episodes has. Do you remember the guy who played the Spider-Man from the 70s and 80s? Yeah, well, he one of the episodes as well. This is the sort of thing of you kind of like everything that we know about Mars and everything, just forget about that. Mars is a planet that has a thinner atmosphere than Earth, but humans can survive on it, yeah? It's a bit like suspending disbelief sort of thing in terms of the way that you have to watch it. But the thing is about this sort of sci-fi, it's never about the science accuracy. It's about like that human condition and about some of the messages that brings. And this is basically has 2 overriding narratives. One, that being the threat of nuclear war and the fact that we could annihilate ourselves. More poignant at the moment than ever it has done in the last 30 years, and then, or 20 years, certainly, 30 years. And then the other thing is, by going to other planets, the impact, and to colonize, the impact that colonization has on those planets as well. So it explores both of those in terms of the story. It's not for everybody. For me, it's fond childhood memories. It is really cheesy, and well,
it will be from that. I mean, we all have stuff from the 80s, and some of it will be more cheesy than others. But if you liked it,
I remember this being on either BBC 1 or 2 at 10 o'clock at night.
Well, it's like watching something like V, because that seemed very cheesy now.
What's that?
V.
Yeah, the original one, but I still love that. I still love the original V. It's got a very fond place by heart. It's a bit like, it's a sort of science fiction like Doctor Who. It's not scientifically accurate at all.
Who?
Yeah, exactly. It's not scientifically accurate at all, and that's just the way it is. You just forget about that. You go for the story. You don't the science. But if you can do that, then you might enjoy this. I mean, I think it's the only thing I've watched Rock Hudson in ever. To be honest.
Oh no, I've seen a few things Rock Hudson in. I'm sure I have, possibly the odd western or two, or even a thriller from that era. Rock Hudson, I've seen a few bits and pieces.
Well, let's put it this way: it's certainly the only thing I've seen Rock Hudson in since 1980.
Yeah.
It's like in that 40 years. So yeah, it's a long time since I've watched anything with him in. But yeah, it was enjoyable. It was. I did. I liked how it went. So it was. Not a bad watch if you can get hold of it. But obviously, you're going to have to actually own the video, or the Blu-ray. To watch it. All right.
I think I did.
For it.
Yeah. I have watched something else as well. We watched actually the other night, but it's all right. It's comedy thriller type.
All right, what was that?
Effing Mary Kill. It's called.
Not heard of that one.
It stars Lucy Hale. She's been quite a few sort of thriller type stuff. If you see her face, you'll recognise her.
Yeah.
But what it is, they're all on these apps, all these girls, and there's a serial killer killing people via this sex app, dating app, whatever you want to call it. And it was all right. I think my missus enjoyed it more than I did, but I do like her in it anyway.
Right.
So it's more of a teenage movie sort of thing. But yeah, she's done quite a few. I mean, she was in, what did I see her in recently? Oh, she was in Truth or Dare, Scream 4, and Fantasy Island. I don't know if have you seen Fantasy Island?
Yes.
Film?
The new one, yeah.
Not the TV show, obviously the movie.
As well, yeah. But yeah, I've seen a new film because it's got him who was on Ant-Man and.
Yeah, well, she's the main woman actor in that as well.
Yeah.
She was in that. But Truth or Dare was quite good as well. Good little horror flick.
Yeah.
So, well.
Have you seen Older?
Oh, God, yeah.
That's a good film as well.
That was. It's the guy that directed. What was that one with Bruce Willis where he's dead?
Yeah, I could see the sense.
Yeah, he directed that as well.
Yeah, do you know what? I've been wanting to watch The Sixth Sense for ages, but I've realised I didn't have it on Blu-ray. I've got it on DVD, but being a sort of like format snob, I didn't want to watch the DVD.
We do get like that sometimes. Yeah, Older. Yeah, I've got a digital copy of that.
Yeah. It's a good movie.
Actually, there's one of the characters. So Maddox, one of the girls on the beach for the family, when she was age 16, and people were why are you asking that? Because go and watch the movie. It's very clever.
Yeah.
She was in that horror movie Last Night in Soho. She was in that.
Yeah, that was a good film.
But yeah, no, I really like this old. I really, really well worth a watch, that one.
Yeah.
So.
Anything else?
Yeah.
Talk about?
Not really. No, you can talk for movies for hours, but we're really not time for that. So.
We can. Okay, well in that case, then we'll go on to your listener questions.
John, what's happening to us?
So I've got two questions from Mark, who's back and supplied us with some questions. So thank you, Mark, for those. The first question is, Switch 2, are you likely to get one, and what are you hoping for on a 2? Do you or have you ever tried to play games? Oh, sorry, no, we'll go. That's the second question. So, in terms,
over to you, Haydn. Then.
Yes, I am. I will be getting one, and I'll be getting rid of my Switch 1. I think at that point, because if it plays Switch 2 games, what am I hoping for? I'm hoping for it being something that attracts me to play on it more than the Switch does, because the Switch, I've sunk a lot of hours into it, but nowhere near the amount that I do on my other consoles. So yeah, I'm hoping for I don't know what I'm hoping for from it, to be honest. I do like a bit of Mario Kart, to be fair. Mario Kart's a good fun game to play. I'd love to see some things that I think did appear on earlier Nintendos, which went over more to Sony, like Wipeout and stuff like that, because it's about time we had a new Wipeout game, I think. Whether that
didn't Sony bring another one out or not?
It was just more of a rehash of the same old tracks, wasn't it? Because it like a re-release of all of the previous versions. But yeah, no, I think something brand new. And I know that there are a lot of clones out there as well. And I've tried some really good, like this Out 1 and 2, which are very similar sort of games. But yeah, okay. So
you want to do Jason Toons? That's probably joined at the hip for that question.
What's that? Sorry.
Jason Toon's question. That's probably joined at the hip with it.
Maybe, but we'll just do Matt's other question.
Okay.
Do you have, or have you ever tried to play games with your partner, keeping it clean? Great to, and he said, great to have us recording again, and hope you're all good, and all the best to you and Steve. So, yeah. So, how do you play video games with your partner?
We had at one point. Don't laugh. We had the Wii.
Yeah.
And you know the exercise stuff you could do on it. Do you remember?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
We both did that. We both did that Wii Fit together and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then we also had
bowling, Wii Sports.
Yeah, we did some of that as well. Yeah, so back in the day, yeah, I did have something Nintendo-ish.
Yeah. I think the only thing that I've done with, in terms of consoles or gaming with my wife is a very casual game player, as in sort of like solitaire, Sudoku.
Was she more with a mobile phone?
Candy Crush, yeah, she's more like that. But I've played a bit of Jackbox with some of the games that are in there, which are more like party games.
We've done some of that over Christmas before.
Yeah, we've done that. We've also we've done the Wii Sports. We didn't do Wii Fit. We did a bit of Connect. I think the last time my wife did anything, it was Beat Saber on the Oculus. Oh, not on a PSVR. That was the last thing that my wife's doing. But she's really not into gaming. She doesn't understand it, but equally she doesn't argue about it either, which is a relief. So, yeah. Do you want to do Ian's question? Can you see it?
What's been the best and worst movies based on video games? That's easy. Mario was worst.
Yeah.
And probably one of the better ones would be Resident Evil / Silent Hill.
I was going to say Alien Isolation.
Yeah, that's another one. Yeah.
Or Chronicles of Riddick Butcherbay.
No Star Wars ones then.
I think a good Star Wars based on a movie. I mean, if you're talking about I suppose none of them are really.
They were back in the day, weren't they? We got the Lego.
All of the Lego Star Wars ones. I love all of them. Apart from 3, can't get away with 3. But yeah, the Lego Star Wars games have been really good. I think the Marvel Lego ones are good. I quite enjoyed Lord of the Rings. Well, in matter of fact, the Indiana Jones, just the Lego games, they're all generally normally quite good.
Very, very playable.
Yeah, very playable. And it's not really tied into the movie, but it's the same license, the Batman Arkham games.
Yeah.
But that's based on a comic which is based on a movie, a movie which is based on a comic. So, it's like how far back sort of thing. But some of the Star Wars games are all right. It's like I remember playing way back in the day, like the X-Wing and TIE Fighter. And there was that last, I can't remember which one it was, but the Star Wars Battlegrounds, if you take out the pass, the pay to win stuff that was built into that, and you ignore all of the loot chests and that sort of stuff.
Do you remember the Star Trek game?
Oh, I've recently played that.
Not online, but the actual one that was based on the Kelvin timeline.
Yes, that was terrible. That was not good.
It's a shame, really, but
I have. Do you know what? That was terrible, and I have that on Xbox 360, PS3, and PC.
What about the Tron? What about the Tron games?
Don't remember really. I mean, if you really want to say that, like, the game.
No, I'm not. I'm not about the ones on the arcade machine. I'm on about the ones that came out as an actual release.
Yeah, I don't remember any good ones.
They're on the 360, I think. Remember rightly.
Yeah, I don't think that any of them were really very good. Tomb Raider, they were, that was.
That was a game before a movie.
Yeah, that was the other way around. But yeah, I mean, there have been some good ones, but
a lot of bad ones.
Yeah, an awful lot of bad ones. An awful lot of bad ones. There's Insomniac Spider-Man games. They're good.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay. So Paul Wilson's one is: if video games or computer games had just been invented in 2025, would it still pique your interest, or would your current ages make you think, nah, video games, computer games are just for kids?
I don't know.
I think I would still be interested.
Well, because of what the graphics are like as well.
Yeah. I mean, if it was like retro games, then I don't think I would be interested. It's like Manic Miner, that sort of stuff, or Pajama Armor, or
Atari's E.T.
Yeah, or especially Atari's E.T. Or Danny Thompson's Decathlon. Any sort of like games like that, I think be interested in, but otherwise, I think I still would be.
Yeah, it's probably even difficult to say so, really, isn't it? Because you might have turned out to be a different person because of video games. I don't know.
Yeah, but I still think it'd be nerdy.
Yeah. Well, we're always nerdy. My boy just messaged me tonight saying, "Dad, as you're the nerd of the family, which Xbox is better to me to get next?" So it's like,
okay. X is so easy.
I know. What about the S1? That's low powered, mate. No, just go for that.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why that game that's based on Journey to the West is not, the monkey game. Wukong, whatever it is, that's not come to Xbox because the S can't cope with it.
No, that's right. Anyway, do you want to do the last question? Because that's right up your street from Jason.
Jason Toon has asked, with the Switch 2 being recently announced, do you think it'll be significantly more powerful than the original? The fact that it's backward compatible makes me think of it's more of an iteration rather than a follow-up like the PS4 and PS4 Pro. I think it will be a step up, and I think it'll be a step up to about the same degree that the Wii U was to the Switch. And there was a lot of difference in terms of the processing power between those two, like there was in the step up between the Wii and the Wii U, even though most people thought the Wii U was supposedly, everybody always says, oh, well, everybody thought it was an add-on for the Wii. I can't see how anybody got that mixed up, but, there you go. I think that it will be more powerful. I think it'll probably be about as powerful as a PS4 or PS4 Pro, and I think we'll get 4K gaming when docked, and it'll be a 1080p screen. That would be my guess.
All right, let me throw this in there for you, right?
Yeah.
Will it get Xbox Game Pass?
I think it may get an
possibility, isn't it?
App. I think it'll be an Xbox app that you will then log in and be able to stream games to it using xCloud. That's what I.
There's been talk of Nintendo and Xbox for quite a while over the last year.
Yeah.
And if they were to do it, they should do it on the Switch too.
Yeah.
Where another decent company joins another decent company.
Yeah, I do think that is that's a possibility that could happen. But I think Nintendo would also make sure it was marketed very much as this was an additional option for you.
Oh yeah, it will be.
On the other hand, though, that might not be the case because there's been a lot of speculation and rumour about Microsoft producing a handheld console because they've seen what's happened with the Steam Deck sort of style. How popular those.
But you can play the Xbox on the Steam Deck anyway, can't you? So
yeah, you can. I've got the Xplay app, but
exactly.
You know, and or you can go through the whole rigmarole of trying to get it to work in a browser, but I found that to be too much of a waff. But you can, I think one of the things that is being touted about in terms of the Steam community is the re-emergence of the proposals of a Steam console as well, because obviously there's Steam OS. And Valve don't need to produce the actual hardware; they just can supply the OS, and then everybody buys their games. You know, it's dead easy. They just say, "Here you are. Here's an OS for free. You build consoles that go with it, and we'll supply all of the games, and then we'll get out." Very, very shrewd move. And if they do that, then it'll work on the Steam Deck. It'll work on your console. It'll be cross-save play. And I think that Microsoft have seen that and thought, "Ooh, we don't like that. Let's get Windows on, more prominent in terms of this as a platform because the ROG Ally's gone over to Steam OS."
Yeah.
So that's one of the things I've been seeing stories about. So, always going over one or the other. So yeah, I'm back to Jason's question. I think it'll be more powerful. I think it'll be a bit, a noticeable bit. Just like the DS Lite was quite a lot behind the 3DS. I don't think it's going to be a 3DS to the new 3DS sort of like jump. I think it'll be a big step rather than a little step. So, anyway, that's it. Thanks for those questions, guys. Always really love to have your questions, and it makes the show a little bit more interactive, and we always enjoy answering those questions as well. So, Steve, sign off time now. Do you want to give our normal contact details?
So, yeah, Twitter, X, formerly known as Twitter, @Steve07. PSN ID, not that I can play at the minute, is the real Steve07. Xbox, Steve07. Instagram and YouTube, the Vinyl Cues.
Yep. And for me, it's HRJ, put my teeth in, HERJ UK on everything, except for Epic, which is Pop Culture Gamers. If you want to follow the show on X, you can go to @PopCultureGamer, no S. Then we have a Facebook group. We have our YouTube channel, youtube.com/PopCultureGamers. And if you want to email us, you can do so at podcast@popculturegamers.co.uk. We will also find us, as you already have, probably on Spotify or iTunes or other podcast services, as you may wish. That's it. So another show was second one this year, isn't it? Well, hey, we've got two done this year so far. That's good. That's a whole 100% more than last year. So that's good. So thank you, Steve, for joining us today as normal, and
anytime.
Wishing everybody a good couple of weeks, and we'll be back soon. So thanks for listening, and it's a good night from me.
And a good night from him. Good night.
Night.